Hey everybody, this is Rydo and we are back to Bionic Commando. Let's continue. I think we're going to fight a boss, maybe some biomechs. It's not really going to be that big of a deal. Let's see, how are we? We are totally out of our gun, so it would be nice if we did fight a boss because they'd probably give us something new to collect. It's hard to tell, but we may very well be in the same cavern that we were in before, or it could be that we're just in a slightly different cavern that looks very similar. A lot of repetition happening here. I have to be a little careful because if I swing too far down, maybe I would run into radiation. Maybe I wouldn't. There might be a collectible at any point up in these areas. Or there might just be like a boss fight that wants us to walk around these ledges. The quick speed run route is pretty obvious. They want you to swing on these outcroppings that are very laid out and not natural. If I was making a game like this, I would have definitely asked for them to place a lot of just random things. Interesting. Just nothing here. Trees. And you can't grab this tree. Or maybe you can. Seems like the trees might be filtering out radiation. So now you just have a big wall. I'm not upset with the idea of wandering around the forest. Clearly you can go. You could walk through that if the game recognized that's what you're supposed to be. So I think I've probably just violated what the intent of the game was completely. And it wants me to be down there somewhere. And instead I'm enjoying these trees and a change of location. Ascension City Park. So they were going to have us climb up at this point. And we've got some bad guys flying around. You know, if this was a game where there was just like a zoo that broke out and there was animals running around everywhere, like Escape from the Planet of the Apes or something, that would also work in a city like this. Come to think of it, there is this series, there's a few games in Japan that don't ever really get translated. Like, it's disaster games where you're trying to survive in Japan after an earthquake or a flood. And I assume that the joke is that is the biggest he's ever seen. I guess I have to go back down. And one would think you're supposed to just jump down. But remember, water kills you. So it makes a lot more sense to stay on the edge than it does to fall down this way. I do see a collectible. So let's see if we can come over here. This would be a better experience with a double jump. Like, that might be all this is you'll introduce yourself to a interesting bullets and grenades galore. Again, I assume that the radios are some kind of achievement. Yeah, if he had legs that allowed him to A, float in water instead of dying. I don't care if it doesn't let you swim or move, but if it just lets you float and stay where you are, and I suppose that would be slightly problematic. You'd have to, at the very least, allow you to very slowly move. So getting near that is radiation, but we still get this static noise in our head. Alright, here we go. Everybody, come this way and hit all 4 of them, and we got it. Alright, that didn't work. Maybe I have to actually let go of them before that counts. So maybe I have to do something like this, and then that, and then that. I'll try that from now on, just to make sure. And we're slowly moving forward, looking for collectibles. And that's radiated. Way too many areas radiated. Let's swing on this, I imagine. And anytime you start swinging, you start running through the level, which really is a great example of just how very little there actually is in this game. The fact that they want you to skip parts of the game, that they have literally no desire for you to play with any curiosity or any like obsession to actually see all of the content they've made. Alright. Let's... That was not the right attack anyways. Alright. And here we've got a biomech. Any other biomechs? Are there 2 biomechs here? Alright, well then how about that?
There's no stopping you, is there, Spencer?
So I killed him, but I didn't get that finishing move. That's fine, that still moves us forward on the list of biomechs to kill on that challenge. And I fully understand if people were upset that I was rather abruptly jumping in and out of the menu. Because I am rather abruptly jumping in and out of the menu. There's 6 collectibles in this level somewhere. I'm sorry, but under the cover of trees, that's gonna prove to be almost impossible to find all of them. Like, is there one over there, or is this just flickering lighting? Is there one over there? No, I really don't. I don't think so. Not this time. We're just not gonna be able to find all of them. We'll try to get as many as we can, but I need some kind of map. The odds are really, really low that there would be... Well, this game does seem to like to put collectibles in groups of 2 right next to each other. But I haven't seen that expand to 4 more. So maybe in the far distance of sections we didn't look at, we missed things. I'd like a map. I'd like some kind of help. And if I'm gonna try and collect all of those, I don't think I really am. I've said it before.
The park seems like a strange hiding place for the carrion device.
You really don't know where it is?
Like Armstrong said, Project Vulture is way out of my league. I just work here.
Yeah, what a shame.
So there's a collectible, but we're in a whole different area now. Right? Yep. There's 4 collectibles in this one. Kill 6 grunts with a spin attack. I could try to do that. Kill 5 with a death from above. I can try and do that, but I've got the spin attack all lined up and ready. Can't go any further here. It could be that the vulture name doesn't mean anything. That would be the right way to name things in military operations, is confuse the enemy by giving it a completely unrelated name instead of hinting at what it might be. But it could also be, for more of a writing perspective and video game perspective, it could be the vulture eats and takes over bionic people. That would be the carrion. What carrion I think means is creatures that, a class of birds that feast off rotting dead corpses. You can go straight in there and no radiation. And we're really close to the water. I guess you're moderately safe in the water. Safe near the water. As long as you're not actually in it. I'd hate to find out that there are collectibles in the water. Though that would be an unfair way to play. if there was some kind of technology that took out the bionic people, that not only drastically paints the FSA as sort of the bad guys. This is new art, by the way. There may have been buildings that used these windows, and this frame may just be a curved version of some other square frames we've seen before. But it is assembled in enough of a different way that it's kind of interesting. So this, I assume, at what time was a glass tunnel through the park, which is a cool idea. I want to grab an edge, get around here, and then get up here. And we've got like giant statues of people. New file obtained. The Avenue of Heroes. The Federal States of America has suffered many blows throughout the short history. The nation has managed to retain its border integrity through the years, but all things come at a price. Many of the men and women who sacrificed their lives to protect this country never shall their lives and deeds be lost to the void. This statement is the foundation on which Ascension City's Avenue of Heroes was built. Statues depicting the bravest heroes in the nation's history are displayed along the avenue, ever a reminder of the dedication and pride of the FSA. So I wonder if these are characters from the old Bionic Commando games, or even the old Commando games. Of course, the United States of America is a federation of some sorts. Yeah, they just want me to walk through here, and I maybe we'll get into a boss fight. More story would be cool. Like, that looks like Spencer there on the left.
You're wrong about me, Spencer. I'm not a killer.
Then what are you?
Someone who's willing to fight for what she believes in.
What do you believe in, Mag? I told you, you're no freedom fighter.
And you're nothing but a hypocrite.
This is one of those situations where a conversation would work a lot better than fighting.
You believed in doing what was right.
I still do.
So we're gonna fight her, or we're gonna talk? And here we got that static going in our ears.
That's people you're breathing.
So she's getting teased like she's the big bad guy. Like, if you're making a game, I would say she should be the big bad guy. She's been teased. At the very least, she's somebody that is well suited to be that. Can we actually look at the names? Let's look at that. Major Simon Fulgrove. It's all going to be military people. And a society. FSA Supervisor Joseph Super Joe Gibson, 1991. So here's Super Joe right there, the person who's been talking to you. City Congressman Johanna Stevens to build it to propel. So these are probably all people you know. Commander Officer Beowulf Anderson. Major Nathan R.A.D. Spencer. Heroes never go out of fashion. He is kind of out of fashion now. and Anne E. Lee Green. That might be his wife. Dr. Jack Steele, scientist, visionary inventor of bionics. General Gene Eric. So these are the default characters. And when you come up here and look at him, he definitely has that old style appearance compared to what he looks like now. Now he's got long hair that's brown instead of bright red. And I guess everybody's arm at one point pointed out in some kind of salute or something. Honestly, this feels more like a conspiracy than anything else. When I think about one of the famous pictures of the signing of the Declaration of Independence for the United States, there's a lot of people in that room, in that painting, and there's definitely a lot of people who signed their name on the Declaration of Independence. What just happened? And if only 5 people had signed the Declaration of Independence, I severely doubt the United States would have ever been recognized by any other foreign power and been able to maintain itself long enough to stay a country and become a recognized country. That being said, it is always worth mentioning that the people who did create the United States, for the most part, were tobacco farmers and bootleggers selling alcohol. They were rich people who had a very vested financial interest in not being a part of the British Empire anymore, so that they could get away from paying taxes. The entire country is almost an afterthought in its creation, in just an effort for rich people to avoid paying taxes. I guess I can't go over there too. This feels like this would be a central location. That's enough history, I suppose, for the day, though. I guess it's also fair to say the United States never really broke itself away from being influenced by rich people.
It's just like when we fought the Imperials, you know that? You think just because you're the one who took down the leader, that you did everything? Oh. There were tens of thousands of soldiers involved in that operation, all under my command. Men who sacrificed their lives so that
I probably should be walking forward.
yield to those Imperial bastards. Do you see their statues in the Avenue of Heroes? Do you see mine?
What does that have to do with anything?
Everything. I never approved of this mission. And I'll have to be the one to clean up the mess when you screw up. We're running out of patience with you.
Wow, you just see a full-on wall of radiation there. So, I guess the story that happens in Bionic Commando Rearmed, even though that is a 2D remake of the Bionic Commando arcade game, I guess all of that happened. And you're to take it as is, that the leader, who was Hitler, was revived and Spencer killed him. No death from above breaking that. That's kind of a shame. in this game, do you think we're gonna see Hitler again? Well, in that it was called Project Albatross. This is called Project Vulture, so they're going with the bird names in each game. I think by calling it Project Albatross, even they were admitting that that having Hitler in a game like this is kind of just like an albatross hanging on your neck, and there's really no reason to have him in a world like this, since this is so not the scenario. Not a... See, these are new elevators too. Why am I seeing so much new content? It's like the game was made by a completely different team, which is very possible it was, in the second half, and they just did not connect or share any animation assets or 3D models. We've got to fight a boss at some point here. Save complete. What did I just do? Like, where did I come from? Did I get on an elevator? Is that what Spencer did? Or did this world just magically change? Don't tell me these little metal grates are the one thing I cannot bypass. These little metal grates are the one thing I can't bypass. This is ridiculous. So I came in through here, dropped down, they didn't bother to animate any cutscene.
We've got a new nav point.
And we're here. Who just talked to me? That, I swear that sounded like Spencer talking to himself. Is Spencer going crazy, or is this a case of, was that Super Joe and I just don't even recognize his voice? That didn't work. Alright, so we've got a mall. I didn't think about this, but yeah, a mall would be a nice place. It would be a very nice place to alright. I guess we'll try that one again. Yeah. This allows us AC medical, hook point, Bram Clevinson. I think half of these names might be programmers. Gardens and Locust. Garden Locust. Shoulder Organic. Sonic Injection. Did Capcom... Sega... No, Sega makes Sonic, so... Capcom may just be referencing old Sonic... Japanese games. Feels like there should be something here. They made this mall too detailed. Or perhaps they did that to distract from the fact that that was there. Not really sure how many collectibles are in this section. Alright. Let's not die. So I think I'm supposed to get 6 guys all together. There's 3 here and 3 here, and this isn't gonna work. I almost had enough people around, and I was pressing the Y and B, trying to get that to work. It didn't, unfortunately. Well, it's been another 30 minutes. Let's see. Challenges wise, I guess any progress in between the last save and my death were lost. A lot of these challenges are simply incapable of being done. I was trying to do crowd control. I don't want a new challenge after crowd control, though. The idea of getting 7 characters around me and shooting at me is unrealistic. Maybe I could also shoot one of the guys and get them all to run, and then be able to do shell shock. That's also a possibility. But mostly I'm just wasting my time, aren't I? We didn't have anything new on the dossier. Alright. So, another 30 minutes. Again, this game is so monotonous. I know it's pronounced monotonous, by the way, but sometimes I mispronounce things to make it sound more like what it means. This game is so monotonous that I'm again gonna have to prematurely just take a break. Like I've had enough of this game for a while. I need to call it a day and move on, because there's just walk through an area, shoot some guys, walk through some area and shoot some guys, and I'm really doing this game a very good service to try and make it more entertaining by following the challenges. If I was just running and gunning, we would be through area after area after area. I'd probably be complaining about the game being full of load screens. If this game was released today on a modern engine, I imagine all the load screens would be gone, and you could actually run in some kind of speedrun style gameplay from the beginning of the game all the way to the end of the game, with killing very few people and not really having to stop and take your time. But for a normal player, the idea of swinging on your arm is so divergent from the scenes where you have to kill the enemies. That's why we don't see enemies in half of most of the levels. Is they want you to just breeze through it. They want you to swing, and then 3 swings get from the beginning of a level to the next load section, which that's not very good gameplay either. That's it for this recording. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment, and watch every second of my videos. If you want a friend or follow me on basically any social media sites, there's a whole bunch of links down below. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.